Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. Solana is still ranging. We take a look here at the 1 hour chart for Solana. Solana has now pulled back basically to that $168 level, which I mentioned in the last video as basically last key support. I think it looks as if it wants to break it. Last key support for one more high in our resistance area. But if we break below that level, I will start to assume that we have topped here locally. But let's talk about that right now. I'm gonna skip the yellow count in this video where we talked about that many times. I think it's important just to know that I prefer a more extended B wave to the upside. I prefer the orange scenario. In this orange count to the upside, we should see further continuation possibly into the $200 region. Most important is that at the moment I see the rally only as a B wave. So B waves are very, very tricky. Anybody who's not so familiar with Elliott wave, B waves, they don't, often don't respect that well, let's say target levels or anything. Targets, it's just B waves can overshoot. It's one of the most difficult waves and structures, let's say, to predict in a market. I often say they are chameleon-like structures because that's what they are. It's they can be very long, they can be very short, they can take all shapes and sizes. So I think that is very important. B waves are not for beginners to trade, normally not. Now you have to decide what you do, but they are difficult and they often throw, sudden pullbacks into the room here. But yeah, just note that B waves are very, very difficult. So they can be long, they can be short. Therefore, it is possible the B wave topped. Not preferred until we break below support. So I prefer a more extended B wave, but that's very subjective, right? That's a very qualitative assessment. What I use in addition to that, I'm using the Fibonacci levels. They tell me when I have to change my perspective, and then I will assume that the B wave has topped already in the yellow count, and that level that would need to break for me to switch to that yellow count, well, that level is $147. If we break below that level, I assume wave B in yellow topped and we're heading down in wave C, possibly next to $109, which is the 23.6 Fib level here on the larger cycle. So looking at the shorter time frame, however, as I said, I'm going to skip the yellow count. Just want to help you understand what is the key level. By the way, below $147, the next key level to watch is 138. So that could provide some support in case we break below 147. At the moment in the orange count, my count is wave 1 up, wave 2 down. That was the low, wave 2 low in May at around $138. Then this here is too short for a third wave, but it could be the A wave of a third wave. The move down currently is seen as a B wave, A wave, B wave, and then possibly another low in wave C. I would prefer for the B wave to go a little higher, but it might not do it. And then if we get this C wave wrapped up, ideally before breaking 147, we could get wave C of 3 to the upside, then another 4-5 pattern. So this is sort of what I prefer. I have to shift all these numbers to the right because everything takes a bit of time. So that means at the moment it's all about what's the structure like in this B wave. Okay, so quick reminder, as I said, A wave of wave 3 topped here on the 21st of May at around $189. This is an A wave down. The idea is that this here is a B wave rally and we come down in wave C of a larger B wave and then we rally in wave C. That's the thesis. At the moment, as I said to you, I cannot confirm yet that we've bottomed in all of wave B. But I've got the B wave support area here, where if the assumption is correct that this is a B wave, we should form a low possibly at 155.70 or 147.80. I mentioned to you a few days ago that I was expecting a rally into resistance, possibly into the area around $174 to $175. And that there would be strong resistance. And I highlighted to you, okay, I prefer on the micro maybe one more high, but below $168, and that's happening now, I will assume that a top has been struck. And that would be top in wave B of B. Yeah, it is technically possible that all of wave B already bottomed on the 26th of May, but as I said to you yesterday, the double bottom doesn't make that very likely. With a strong retracement, it counts better as an A, B, C in a B wave within the larger B wave. And with that information that we have now, I'm a bit concerned the B wave might run out of space to the downside. So I can measure length of the A wave, which bottomed on Sunday the 26th, go to the high of the B wave. Okay, it might not run out of space. Key target here, $150, the 100% extension. So it doesn't have to get there, but that's a key projection that I would pay attention to. So I've got 3 levels left basically, 155.70, 150 and 147.80. Down there seems to be a bit of Fibonacci confluence. So at the moment, still no confirmed low in place in that pullback. The expected rally into resistance happened. The resistance in resistance happened. The rejection doesn't seem to go for one more high, so it might have topped. And now I'd be watching the area down there. But the first level that also needs to break to confirm further we're heading down in wave C, or let's say there could be some more support, is around $161.50 here. That's my update about Solana. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.